You can come in, you know. You know, Charlie.
Nay, I've been having grief from Betty all night. I don't want more at same from Chris Tate.
What, another ear bashing about me moving out?
Ear bashing, more silent treatment.
And you're complaining?
Oh, that woman who had snakes in her hair. The one whose gaze could turn a man to stone.
Medusa?
Oh, it were her, were it? Well, Medusa and Betty are distant cousins, I know.
Are you off already?
Yeah, Seth's cracking whip this morning.
Looks like you got your first bill, love.
How romantic.
I will.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Yeah, bye, Linda. Good luck, Linda. Thanks, Beth.
This came through to my office this morning.
Can I offer you a coffee, Christopher?
No, thanks. Now, do me a favour. Tell Miller and Co. the stables have absolutely nothing to do with Home Farm Estates. Any future faxes from them will be filed under BIN.
I'll call them.
You make sure you do. Bye.
Don't ever do that to me again, Jean.
What?
Offer that man coffee. Invite him to hang around, not unless it's a dire emergency.
Sorry?
Especially when I'm dressed like this.
I'm sorry, Kim.
God knows I've little enough say. Please let me avoid him when I choose to.
Oh, so she is human after all. Not for me, but for the workers. They're nearly down tools when I offered them rice cakes. It was all I had in. Oh, hi, Rachel. Hello. Thanks again for last night.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a laugh, wasn't it?
And Chris eventually turned up, yeah. Have you seen that trick of his with the 2 straws and the bottle of tequila?
He didn't.
Yeah, it must have been when you were upstairs changing Joseph. Oh, public school habits die hard.
I wouldn't know.
So how's the work coming on then? Plenty of them at it? In between tea breaks, it's so stressful. My shoulders are in knots. I don't suppose there's anywhere around here that does a decent massage.
Contradiction in terms, isn't it, eh? Decent massage. Sorry.
How about Rachel's partner in crime?
Chris?
No, Susie. They run aerobics together. Susie's our local health and beauty expert. Does she do massage, Rachel?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to ring her, find out. Just this, please, Vic.
She lives over at the vet's place with Zoe Tate.
Oh. Thanks.
Cheers.
Oh, well, once more into the breach.
Thank God, at last, a member of the working class. What can I get you? Gillet eels? Pie and mash? Nice bowl of tripe?
I'll just go and do the bread order.
Come in.
What's the matter, Kim?
Nothing.
The way you blew up earlier, that wasn't nothing. What's going on between you and Christopher?
No flies on you.
It's my job. If you get upset, your blood pressure goes up.
And that could harm the baby.
It's bad for you too. Now, what's he done to upset you?
He's been paying me unwanted attention. Chris and I go back a long way. He's never really forgiven me for choosing Frank instead of him. And well, last night, he made it pretty clear that we could turn the clock back if we wanted to.
No.
It was horrible. I mean, I'm carrying his brother or sister.
Oh, don't upset yourself again.
He follows me around. A little comment here, a touch on the shoulder there. I mean, that fax this morning. He could easily have sent over one of the lads with it, but no. He had to deliver it himself.
He's always so unpleasant to you.
So give the guy an Oscar.
Kim, I believe you.
I can't say anything to Frank. He'd be heartbroken.
Forget it. I'll keep him out of your way, don't you worry.
Really?
Really.
This is it. Well, go on. And don't come back without a pass certificate.
I can't do it.
Of course you can.
Look, I don't care about passing a stupid test. I'm not bothered if I can't drive.
Classic symptoms, pre-test nerves. Look, you've passed the theory. You're halfway there.
Right. No, I can't do it.
Yes, you can. Look, in this country we drive on the left-hand side of the road and the rest is common sense. Now go on. And good luck. Bit nervous.
He doesn't. I'm telling you, he does. He doesn't. I'm telling you, he does.
Hey, what's going on here? You lot, get off there, please.
Alice is being stupid.
Robert.
Oh, she is. I'm not. She told Liam her dad lives in Australia, and he doesn't. I know where he lives.
That's enough. Now, you lot are supposed to be making your beds, aren't you? Go on, then. Robert, you go and show them where everything goes, please. Now, Alice, come here. Were the other children asking you about your daddy?
Liam's mummy lives in Australia.
That's where your mummy lives.
My daddy lives there too. When I'm a big girl, when I'm 10, I'll live there as well.
You said 11 o'clock.
We are trying.
You said 11 o'clock. I explained to you that I had international calls to make, and you promised that this lot would be finished by 11. I can't hear myself thinking there.
That's as maybe, but we have not had so much as a by your leave.
Pardon?
What's the matter? Do you not understand the Queen's English? Watch my lips. I said, we neighbours have not had a word of explanation from anybody about the disruption we have had to put up with here this morning.
What disruption?
What disruption? I mean, the mess, the noise, the parking in our space. Isn't that enough for you?
Sorry. Do you have a car?
Mrs. Eggleton, it's my fault. I did knock, but you were both at work, and it completely slipped my mind to call again. I'll ask the men to move the van if you like, but I think the worst is over now.
It should have been over half an hour ago.
You won't be disturbed much longer. I promise.
Ah, well, I suppose there's no harm done. I mean, me and Seth aren't difficult neighbours. Rachel here will vouch for that. Just a little consideration, that's all we ask.
It won't happen again. Cross my heart.
You old smoothie.
I don't believe these people. You bring business to a... well, let's face it, a backwater. You pump money into the local economy, and they moan about a bit of noise and a few sticks of wood in the road. You can tell your foreman, if you're not finished in half an hour, I'm imposing a penalty, and I'll dock it off his bill.
Hi, how did it go?
Never mind. You'll have better luck next time. I passed.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it?
You can use your car now. The whole world's your lobster. Yeah, well, Biff bought me that car.
I know, I was there.
He loved me then.
I don't know, it's probably nothing, but Alice told one of the other children that her daddy's gone to Australia to live with her mummy.
What?
Well, I don't know where it's come from, or if she believes it, or if she's just showing off. I just thought you ought to know.
Cream. Hey, what's up?
It's probably nothing.
Alice is telling people that her daddy's gone to Australia to be near Elsa.
All children make up stories.
No, it's not that.
Kathy had a letter this morning from Mick's solicitor. The date of his trial's been put back again, indefinitely.
Oh, no. If we knew what was happening, we could make some plans. But as it is, I don't know what to tell her for the best.
The truth. The poor kid's had out but secrets and stories for the last 4 months. No wonder she's made up a version of her own. At least hers makes sense.
I was trying to protect her.
Of course you were. But you can only fend off her questions for so long. She needs some certainty in her life.
I pictured this day. I was going to drive him out to a country pub somewhere, and then we were going to sit outside and watch the sunset. You could still do that. I know me and Biff haven't been the best of mates, but I've never doubted for a minute that he loves you. Yeah, well, he thought he did, before we moved in together. It's always hard when you first start living with somebody.
I should know.
Susie, we started rowing the first day and we haven't stopped since. In the last 2 days alone, he stayed out all night because of another woman.
Betty.
And he forgot my driving test, which was his idea in the first place.
Come to the Woolpack.
What, to celebrate?
No, you can cry into your beer if you like. Or do you want to go home?
Not to the cottage. No, I'd rather stay here and get on with my work. It'll take my mind off things. You go. I'll see you later. We'll take the drug cabinet keys if you want.
Linda.
I'm sorry. See? You'll have a much better lunch without me.
I mean, poor Faye. Life must be so stressful for her. All those decisions. Which designer water, which designer outfit. I mean, her plants have got designer green fly.
She can't be that bad.
Alan, I used to think Chris was a snob, but he looks like Karl Marx compared to Faye.
Hello. Hi, Rachel. Can I have an orange juice, please?
And a pint.
Haven't you got aerobics this afternoon?
So?
Oh, Susie, I'm sorry. I meant to ring you. I'm not going to be able to make aerobics this afternoon. I've got to take Joseph to the clinic.
Can't Chris do it?
He's up to his eyes in work.
Doesn't matter. It's only a job.
You make sure you're sober when you turn up for work tonight, would you?
I will.
Sober and on time, preferably.
Well. Who does he think he is?
Eric Pollard, enough said.
Don't. He'd love to hear you talk about him like that, like he was really someone.
Bit off with Rachel back there.
Well, it gets on my nerves. People let me down at the last minute.
Well, she's got a baby to think of.
And a husband.
Hello, Biff.
Oh, hi, Zoe.
Good to see you toasting her success. Pity you couldn't do it with her.
What are you on about?
I'm talking about Linda's driving test, which she passed this morning.
You know today, Alice, when you told that little boy your daddy lived in Australia, did you mean it?
Were you pretending when you said it, Alice?
Daddy doesn't live in Australia. He lives in this country, in a place called Manchester.
Jake Wilson knows Ryan Giggs.
Are you listening to me? Daddy lives about 2 hours away from us.
Why doesn't he come home?
He's not allowed. He wants to, and he misses you lots and lots.
I miss him too. He used to take me swimming.
Daddy was in an accident at work. A man got hurt. And although it wasn't your daddy's fault, he had to go and stay in Manchester as a punishment. Now, sometime soon, we don't know when exactly, your daddy will have to go before a judge to explain what happened.
A judge is a very important person. More important than Miss Benson at school.
And the judge will decide whether Daddy comes home to us or whether he has to stay in Manchester for a bit longer.
Do you understand, Alice?
Daddy loves you very much, sweetheart.
And he wants you to be happy. And while he's away, he wants you to look after Kathy. Will you do that?
Who's going to look after Daddy?
I can't believe it. She told me date when the appointment came through. Look, I even wrote it in my diary.
So what happened?
I never look in my diary.
Didn't Betty buy you that for Christmas?
Yeah. Well, it's handy for addresses, though.
How come she didn't say out this morning?
Because we're hardly speaking.
If you don't watch it, you're going to blow this one.
Seth, do us a favour, will you?
I'm not sure if you deserve it after this week's performance.
Oh, come on, just a couple of hours max.
Why? So you can go canoodling with Linda?
No, so that Dave can take me shopping.
I just thought I'd pop round to say thanks for last night.
I know what this is about. Do you want a coffee?
No, thanks.
Skiving off while the little woman does all the work.
No. Well...
Anyway, how's business? I didn't get much of a chance to ask.
Early days, but I think we've made the right move. I won't be doing anything flashy. Personal portfolios, peps, that sort of thing. I don't look so disappointed.
I didn't.
I'm a realist, Chris. I also happen to think ordinary people have as much right to financial advice as those lucky beggars chucking money at the Hang Seng. But then I'm forgetting I'm talking to a Tate here.
From the church mice branch of the family.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a social call. How are you, Rachel? Fix for dinner next Tuesday.
Yeah, sounds great. But I must warn you, she won't let me bring my checkbook. We know what you salesman types are like.
Talk about the pot calling the kettle black.
Are you busy?
No, I was just going. This time I'll provide the tequila, yeah?
Hi.
It's about Mrs. Tate.
What about her?
Your father's instructions were to protect her from stress and keep her blood pressure down at all costs.
So?
So your antagonism is having the opposite effect.
My antagonism?
I could use another word for it, but I won't. I'm asking you to give Mrs. Tate a wide berth.
Gladly.
Otherwise, I'll have no choice but to inform your father.
Inform my father of what?
Or failing that, the other Mrs. Tate.
Now, hang on a minute.
At last. I came in at dinner time and all. I know you did. You must be kind of senile. What can I get you?
Hey, anyone would think you object to me custom. Do you?
Of course not. What can I get you?
Soup.
Viv, love, could you put that in your window for me, please?
Oh, you're taking in another lodger.
How does Scott grab you?
You're getting over Biff leaving then?
Well, you can't mope around forever, can you? People have to move on, don't they? Make a life for themselves.
Here, here.
No, I was just upset because he wasn't straight with me. It's awful, isn't it, to think that someone's been sneaking behind your back?
Yes. Spinach and ricotta crepes, madame. Thank you. Black pepper? But no. And your wine in the house. Susie.
Look around you.
Yeah?
Count the punters. When we're turning them away at this time of night, then you can have a rise because you'll have earned it.
Eric, you and I both know business is good.
Yeah, and you and I both know that you're being rather generous with my money. The answer is no, but 10 out of 10 for trying.
Thanks for coming in.
It's a night out for me. It's not a chore.
Yeah, but this place has been getting me down for a bit.
I know, it's not much fun.
And when the fun starts, we're too busy to notice. Is the food all right?
It's gorgeous.
He's good, is Sean. He knows his stuff. It's just when I look at Linda and Biff and the way they are, I'm just grateful I've got you.
I hate to interrupt this rather touching tete-a-tete, but table 3 needs clearing. Bon appetit.
Hey, the lovely Betty. Where have you been hiding?
Nowhere. I've seen you in post office not 2 hours since.
Oh, aye, that's right, yeah. Don't break me heart. Tell me you'll start work again tomorrow.
We have been rather lost without you, Betty.
You see how many times I have to tell you, love? You have been missed.
The condom machine is broken and loose.
You getting ideas?
Just saying. The decor's a greasy spoon. The clientele is straight out of Deliverance. And the condom machine's broken in the ladies.
So?
So I'm off to the wine bar.
Faye, I need to meet the locals. They're my bread and butter.
Well, don't you think the locals with any disposable income are more likely to drink in the wine bar?
How's you doing? Oh, that face has got pint written all over it.
This face has got Viv's footprints all over it. I'm well and truly in the doghouse now.
Why is that then?
This is Scott business. I tell you what, when you pick your next wife...
Hey, steady on.
I'm being serious. When you pick your next wife, pick one that hasn't got kids. Otherwise you'll never have a moment's peace.
Hiya.
You're late.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I had a few hours to make up at work. Listen, Linda, I'm sorry. About the driving test.
How did you know?
Well, I bumped into Zoe at dinner time. She wasn't too impressed with me. Well done, though. Shows you had a good teacher. Am I missing something?
I'm moving out, Biff. We've made a big mistake. Your heart's not in it, so I'm going.
I studied aromatherapy, got halfway through reflexology, but I gave up in the end. To be honest, I'm not a great lover of feet.
What? Smelly feet?
Well, any kind of feet. They look so stupid flapping around at the end of your legs. And all that hard skin.
Oh, I know, you should see this.
And when it goes all yellow.
All right. We're getting a complex.
So, will you put me in for a few aromatherapy sessions?
Sure, whenever.
Susie. What's your number?
701 645.
Susie, in between chatting for business for your beauty parlour empire, can I remind you you're here to work?
Work's what I've been doing all evening.
How is it that table number 1 is still waiting for dessert?
They wanted a rest between courses.
And the only other satisfied customer is the person you've been canoodling with all night.
You've got some nerve.
Oh! My God!
Oh, Faye, sorry, really.
I do apologise.
Don't just apologise, do something.
It'll wash out, I'm sure.
We'll pay for the dry cleaning, of course. I can't apologise enough. Another bottle of wine, Susie. On the house, of course. You'll pay for that, along with the dry cleaning.
It was an accident.
Well, it'll teach you to be more careful in future, won't it?
Oh, shut your face. I've been insulted by better men than you amateur.
Get in the kitchen. That's enough.
For once, Eric, I agree. Stuff your poxy job. I'd rather die in the gutter than carry on slaving for you. Come on, Zoe.
And what about your bill?
Take it out of my wages.
Never mind her bill. What about my jeans? What about this table?
Well, don't just stand there gulping. Mop it up.
I can smell something burning. You do it.
Look, you can't just walk out.
Yes, I can. I wanted everything to be perfect, but I can see now it wasn't fair. I don't blame you. Well, not really. You meant well.
Meant well? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you said you could cope with the no sex thing, but saying it and living with it are completely different.
Linda, it's not a problem.
Yeah, well, it is for me. I'm not a frigid person.
I never said you were.
No, you think I am, and I resent it, Biff. I really do.
Look, I know what you went through with Danny Weir. I can understand why you can't trust me. Can't trust any bloke. But you've got to talk to me. You can't just go around imagining all kinds of things that I'm not even thinking. You say that you resent me thinking that you're frigid. Well, I resent you thinking that all I'm after is trying to get my leg over. Like I've got no control or something.
You're twisting it all now.
I'm not. All I'm saying is that I want things to work out between us just as much as you do. I want you to know that you can trust me forever. And I know we've talked about all this, but this time I really mean it. I want you to marry me, Linda. Will you marry me? You're supposed to be happy.